Good morning, students. In chapter first, life processes, under the subtopic transportation, we are discussing human circulatory system. So far, we have discussed about the blood vessels, and now we will discuss a very significant organ, that is the pumping organ, human heart. Human heart is very important and its role is to pump the blood. First of all, it pumps the deoxygenated blood to the lungs. Deoxygenated means the blood which is rich in carbon dioxide. So this blood is called deoxygenated because it has less of oxygen content. Okay. Now this deoxygenated blood goes to the lungs. It gets oxygenated there because in lungs there is alveolus, and alveolus is the site of exchange of gases. Now the blood which is having carbon dioxide gives that carbon dioxide to the alveolus, and from alveolus it picks oxygen. So this is called exchange of gases. It happens in alveolus, if you remember, in case of lungs. So this exchange offer happens there. The blood becomes oxygenated, and oxygenated means oxygen rich blood comes to the human heart. It comes through a blood vessel. I will tell you the blood vessel later on. First of all, we will just get a vague idea of the human heart. Then from the lungs, the oxygenated blood comes to the human heart again, and then heart again pumps the blood to the whole body parts, and we have got a double circulation. When I am explaining this working of human heart, you must have wondered that the blood is going twice. First it going to the lungs for getting oxygenated. That time it is deoxygenated. In lungs it gets oxygenated, and again it comes to the human heart, and then it goes to the body parts. So same blood is going and coming twice the human heart. That's why our circulation is double circulation. Okay, so now let's see and move ahead with the working of the human heart. Now see, this is human heart. You can see this is of triangular shape, somewhat triangular. It is considered to be its size is just like the closed fist. मुट्ठी एक मुट्ठी बराबर, close fist of human hand, and this is having a triangular shape basically. If you come to the chamber, first chamber is, it has got 4 chambers. Human heart has 4 chambers. Right atrium, or it is also called auricle, right ventricle, left atrium and left ventricle. Lower chambers are ventricles, and upper chambers are called atrium or atria. Plural is atria. Atria is plural, atria. Okay, so this is atrium is singular, atria is plural, or you can say auricle or auricles. You must get these 2 words also in book, auricle or auricles. Auricle singular, auricles plural. So don't get confused between singular and plural. So right now we know that there are 4 chambers. Upper chambers are atrium or atria, and lower chambers are ventricles or ventricle. Now see, atrium, this is right side, so right atrium and left atrium. This is right ventricle and left ventricle. So 4 chambers we have got. How the 4 chambers are separated? The 4 chambers are separated with the help of, you can see, with the help of a septa here. This is called septa. It separates 2 halves basically. Septa is for separating 2 halves. The human heart has got 2 halves and 4 chambers. And now how these 2 halves are further divided into 4 chambers? You can see here valves. Valves are there. So this side valve is called tricuspid, and this side valve is called mitral or bicuspid. Okay, so how to learn? You can learn by 32. 33 means tricuspid, 2 means bicuspid. Mitral is also known as bicuspid. Just remove this. This one is also known as bicuspid. This one is also called bicuspid valve. So we have got tricuspid valve on this side, right side, and on left side we have got bicuspid. You can learn, or mitral, your choice. So here how to learn, because sometimes we get confused where is bicuspid, where is. So here we have got 32. Learn like this, 32 from right side. This one is right side, so we have got tricuspid, and here we have got bi. Bi means 2, tri means 3. So it is somewhat like this. It is having 3 cusp like structure. So it is tricuspid, 1, 2, 3, and it is bicuspid. And this is kind of a gateway which allows unidirectional flow of the blood. If these valves are not present, the blood can flow backward also, just to prevent the backflow of the blood, or you can say just to allow the unidirectional means in same direction the blood flows. For that reason valves are present. If you remember, while discussing the veins, we have discussed V for veins and V for valves. So veins, they have got valves also, so that the blood moves in similar direction. They are collective in nature. They keep collecting the blood and they move ahead in the direction of heart. So they have got the valves so that the blood doesn't come back. And arteries, they don't have the valves, because arteries, they come from the heart and already they have got a blood pressure, so the blood does not come backwards. So they don't have the valves present. So valves are present in case of veins, and it is also present in heart. And on the right side it is tricuspid, on the left side it is bicuspid. Okay, you can remember by 32, number 32. Now see, you can see the covering of the human heart also. Human heart is covered by a layer called, its outer covering is called pericardium. Its outer covering is called pericardium. As in case of lungs, we have discussed the outer covering of lungs is pleura. Outer covering of lung was pleura. It's just for the revision. And here the outer covering of heart is called pericardium. You will get it later on with your notes also, but just to get the idea of the structure of human heart. So outer covering of human heart is called pericardium. You can see here with the upper chambers it is comparatively thinner, but in the lower chamber you can see the pericardium, this pink structure, it is little thick. Why it is so? Just imagine about it. Sometimes they ask whether the atrium are having the thick wall or the ventricles. So answer will be the ventricle. And which ventricle is having the thickest wall? It is left ventricle. Why it is so? See, for example, when the heart carries the blood like this, it carries the blood and it gets the blood, the vein pours the deoxygenated blood here. Then this deoxygenated blood comes to the right ventricle from the right auricle, then it goes to the lungs with the help of this pulmonary artery, and from lung it get oxygenated, again it comes to the heart from this side. Okay, then it goes to the body parts. You can see this aorta, it goes to the body part. So this chamber, that is left ventricle, this chamber is having, this left ventricle is having thick wall, so that it can pressurize the blood and the blood goes to body part with the help of aorta. It has to pump the blood basically with the force, and that's why it needs to have thick wall. Here also this right ventricle also has to pump the blood, because heart is a pumping organ. So this has to pump the blood, and with the help of this blood vessel, that is pulmonary artery, it goes to the lungs. But lungs are nearby, so they don't have to pump the blood with so much of pressure. But in case of left ventricle, you can see here in the picture itself, it has got a thick wall because it has to pump the blood to the body part. So from left ventricle the blood is pumped to the body part, that's why it is having the thickest wall. And right ventricle, it is not having so much of thick wall, because it has to pump blood to the lungs only, which are nearby. And the upper chamber, right atrium and left atrium, they are having thin wall, because from there the blood comes to the lower chamber only, that is the ventricles. Okay. Now just get a simple idea of working of human heart. First of all, the veins, and the largest vein is vena cava, and there are two types of vena cava basically, the inferior vena cava and the superior vena cava. Vena cava is a kind of vein. They carry deoxygenated blood. I just told you deoxygenated means the blood which is rich in carbon dioxide. So this superior vena cava collects deoxygenated blood from the upper body part, and inferior vena cava collects deoxygenated blood from the lower body part. So from lower body part, legs, etc., the inferior vena cava collects deoxygenated blood, and superior vena cava collects deoxygenated blood from the upper body part. Then it pours it to the right atrium. From the right atrium it comes to the right ventricle with the help of these tricuspid valve. Now this ventricle, its wall will contract because heart is having a special muscle, cardiac muscle. It is made up of cardiac muscle. They continuously contract or relax, and this rhythmic contraction and relaxation is the speciality of the cardiac muscle. You have learned in 9th class. They don't get fatigue and they don't get tired, and continuously throughout their life, throughout our life, they keep contracting and relaxation. They keep contracting and relaxing, and in this way our heart pumps the blood. Then it contracts the muscles of the right ventricle, the wall of the right ventricle contracts, it closes, and once it contracts, it pushes the blood to the lungs. Now the blood will go to the lungs with the help of pulmonary artery. Whenever some word lung is associated, we relate pulmonary, and this, artery, they always move from heart to body part, that's why it is artery here. Okay, and it is going towards the lungs, so we have said pulmonary artery. So the pulmonary artery carry deoxygenated blood to the lungs. And what happens in the lungs? Oxygenation, exchange. Now the oxygenated blood comes to the heart again with the help of pulmonary vein, because it is coming from the lungs, that's why again pulmonary word is there, and it is vein because it is coming from outside to the heart. Okay, then it comes to the left atrium, then it comes to the left ventricle, and finally it goes to the body part. Basically it goes to the body part from the left ventricle. It goes to the body part with the help of the largest artery called aorta. Then aorta gets further divided and it goes to the body part. So its journey started from collection of the deoxygenated blood from the body parts. Okay, deoxygenated blood was collected by the inferior vena cava, superior vena cava. Then it pours the deoxygenated blood, and then it goes to the lungs. When it goes to the lungs, that time it goes to with the help of a blood vessel called pulmonary artery. Then it comes back to the heart with the help of pulmonary vein, going to the heart with the help of pulmonary artery, coming to the heart with the help of pulmonary vein. Because lungs are related here, so that's why we have kept the word pulmonary. And I told you all arteries, they carry oxygenated blood except pulmonary artery, because here you can see this pulmonary artery is having deoxygenated blood, and all veins, they carry deoxygenated blood except pulmonary vein. Okay, so this is there the working of human heart, as just I have given you the vague idea. Revise well. Thank you.